Good morning. So I was up at 5. No, Marley, stop. Marley's toys. I was up at 5, and I just started doing things. Because I got a lot to do. When you leave the van for months at a time, you got to make sure everything is emptied. There's nothing that's anywhere. It could spoil if the refrigerator go. My main concern is the refrigerator. Now it is into the solar, but it can die. The solar cannot get enough sun. There's a lot of things. So I worry about that. I'm taking a few things of the food in, but I'm not going to empty all of it. I'm just not. And then I wanted certain things, and I'm just checking the van. If it gets too hot, I have the big solar unit. I have disconnected the solar. Things like that you get ready for. And we wear, as a van lifer, a van dweller, you have certain chips. Like I have pine chips. They're just, little bedding chips, and they're used in the toilet. I picked up a bag that I forgot had pine chips in it and spilled them everywhere throughout the van. I can't get them cleaned up. I spent about 30 minutes, I said, and I can't find my, now if I was in there right now, but I'm just not thinking properly, I can't find my vacuum. It's there, but I'm like, no, I can't deal with this. We're not doing this. I had to stop. Chips everywhere. Uh, it's just hilarious. It's just hilarious. But if any of you are looking at the comments, I think you're going to see many different kinds, which is kind of interesting. I have to do a lot of rethinking. I don't know about you, but I've always had a certain expectation of the medical profession. And I've always known the medical profession is very stressful. I would never be a member of a medical profession because I don't know if I could handle the stress of the job. Now, because and I want to say this correctly, because because it's for profit, I believe that our nurses and doctors are being even more stressed because they're not allowing new hires. They're keeping minimal numbers. This is my belief of staff, which if they had the normal staff, I think the stress would be less. But because they have a shortage of staff, their stress gets really high. And I do understand that. And the problem that I find with it's not a problem. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say is a normal job, if you made a mistake, wouldn't normally kill people. When you're in a position where a mistake that you might make could take a person's life, that's real stress. And you're a human being, so you're going to make mistakes. But some of my comments, which I deleted, didn't feel I had a right. The nurse apologized. What are you making a big deal about it for? You stop complaining. I don't think I was complaining. Maybe I am. Maybe that's how it's coming off. Maybe I am complaining. I thought I was just telling the facts of what was going on and what my experience was. I should have a right to complain. And in this, they're saying, you don't know what a nurse goes through. You need to understand what nurses go through and blah, blah. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not allowed to talk about anything or make a comment or complain because the nurses are going through such bad times. They are. I agree. But how? So the nurses are the victims, and is the nurse the victim now? and the sick patient has got to learn how to cope? Are our expectations too high? Is this whole system changing? So nurses are victims because they're overstressed, nurses and doctors and anybody else, or, and we have to shut up and just take it. And that's basically what both people told me. Just shut up and just take it. She apologized. What's the big deal? And I don't think they realized that's what they were saying to me. And that was my interpretation of it. I think I need to change my expectations of the medical field because of what the hospitals are doing to the doctors and the nurses. It's not us doing it to them, it's management. I don't know any answers here. I have many, many comments. Many people have gone through, circumstances at the hospital. Well, I don't think we can be perfect and accidents aren't going to happen. I do agree. But for someone to tell me not to complain about it, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. It is what it is. And then I have nurses that are still nurses. These are nurses that are still nurses. I have nurses that have retired, and they're saying some of my videos should be shown in classes so they understand what the patient is going for, because many people, many in the profession, don't understand the patient side. And I believe that's true. And the reason I say that is, you guys know I fell in love with my anesthesiologist because he understood. He made a joke. I'll tell you a good one. He made a joke out of everything. Taxes, insurance. He told me his whole life. He kept my mind off of what was happening. But this is the big thing, and I wasn't going to talk about it, but I will. So you have this jacket on that has snaps. When you get on this board, they rip that sucker off, and you're naked as a jaybird. And I'm like, I'm naked here. 2 men in the room and 1 woman, I'm naked. And they're getting warm blankets for my feet and stuff, but I'm still naked. So they take a piece of cloth this big, I swear to you, very tiny, and they put it right here on my stomach. And they go, okay, there's your privacy cloth. And they are laughing hysterically, and I am laughing, and I forget that my modesty. I forget I'm naked because it is so funny. What they did was so funny. I'm wondering if because, laughing releases things, if we can help our nurses by making them laugh, or maybe they need more fun than that. But he made that whole scenario. And at the end, when I was going through so much and the blood test and everything, at the end there were 2 young men. They were hilarious. And I'm sitting in this wheelchair. I've got to escape. I want to escape from this prison. And this is how I was acting, right? I wasn't serious. I was just trying to take the stress off of me. And I'm just like, escape, please help me escape, please. And one was a volunteer. I'm not sure if I told you guys. And one was a nurse. And I said, so you're both volunteers? Anyway, they saw the whole scenario all day. And this one young volunteer goes to the nurse. He goes, I'm going to push her wheelchair I'm going to push it to the X-ray. And she's like ready to get rid of me because I'm just telling her, I want to leave. I want to leave. So, and the nurse that had been there most of the day, male nurse, says, I'm going with him. We're going to make sure she gets taken care of. So he goes out and he tells Jason, we'll meet you upstairs. And they proceed to fast walk, kind of run in the corridors. They're empty. It's late at night. I was the last person there. I was literally the last person there. Because that place empties out at night. Okay? Anyway. And they're fast walking, kind of running. And they're going, we're going to beat your son. He has to drive his car, and they're taking me to him after the X-ray. We're going to beat your son. We're gonna beat him. He's not gonna be there when we get up there." And they're laughing, and they're pushing me so fast. We're getting in the elevator. We're getting out, and we run. I've never had X-rays so fast in my life. We're getting in there. He said, "You got to do this X-ray. We got to beat her, son. We got to beat her." So they're making a whole joke out of this, and I'm like, I don't really care. I just want to escape. And they're going, "Escape, yes. Let's all escape from this insanity." They're laughing and they're carrying on, and I'm right involved with it. You know, I've forgotten my experience. We're trying to beat Jason before he gets the car up to the place I'm supposed, and we did. But there's guards everywhere, right? And so, as we're passing this guard, these young men are shouting, "Escape at last! Escape at last!" And I'm going, "Yes, escape, escape." It's just a joke. And this guard looks at them and he just starts laughing. He goes, "Go on, get out of here." You know. So they made a difference. At the end of the day, they made a tremendous difference. But how? How? You see, there's so many special people, and then there's so many people who are overwhelmed. And they didn't seem to be overwhelmed. They just tried to make things more fun and not so serious. Everything is, and it is serious. It's serious business. I don't have an answer, but most of the nurses that were on here and retired understood what I was talking about, and I was saying incompetence. Two took real offense at it, you know, and unfortunately, I can't please everybody, and your interpretation is your interpretation. But what, guys, we really have to think about this. How can we help our medical professionals, and not by just let them do whatever they want? No, just be patient. There is patience involved, but also humor really, really is important, even in medicine, if not more so. How do we help with this? What are your ideas? We can't help with the shortages. We can't help with the stress. What can we do to help our medical profession? Because I think it's going to take us to help too. Anyway, I keep talking about this because every day I come across something else. Every day there's a comment, and many of the comments really need to be responded to in a video. So all of you understand, and you can help me, which you do. Kind of come up with answers to understand what everybody's talking about. You know, I'm not getting upset by them anymore. I'm just reading them and going, it's a different way to look at it, you know. And I'm unsubscribing. Well, that's okay. It's your choice. And, you can subscribe or you can unsubscribe. If you disagree, it's okay. But don't become personal, and tell me how bad I am. That's not necessary. Just unsubscribe. You don't have to watch. Nobody put you up there to watch. So just do your thing. So, yeah, and my nails, I got to cut them all before I go. I got to just take all the nail polish off. No creams, no lotions. The rules and regulations are amazing. Anyway, I will see you next time. Marty's going to go with me over to Jason's, and he could bring her back here. And they're going to take care of my van. I've got a key I have to make. There's just a lot of things going on I got to do. I'll see you next time. You guys take care of yourselves. And I will talk to you next time. And 3 people are coming already to see me in rehab. I'm so excited. It'll be 3 subscribers. Talk to you later.